Chat, we did it. We hit 6,000 subscribers. Seriously, thank you guys so much for subscribing and continuing to support me and my art and my videos or whatever it is that I'm doing. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome, and yeah, just thank you. Now, to celebrate hitting 6,000 subscribers, you may have noticed from my outfit that I'm wearing, I'm feeling a little purple today. That is because today we are going to be ranking the Orkoverse. Now, for those of you who are new around here and may not be familiar with the Orkoverse lore, let me catch you up to speed. So last year was the year that I started live streaming on YouTube. And something that became part of my live streams was that I would show your guys' art on my stream. This led to a lot of you drawing fan art of my OCs, primarily my purple Echidna OC, Orcco. And as time went on, more and more different variations of Orcco came into existence. I've basically started collecting Orccos like Pokemon cards by this point. It was very much akin to Into the Spider-Verse with the different variations of Peter Parker, and thus the Orkoverse was born. So I thought it would be a fun video to assemble some of these Orccos and put them into a tier list. So as you can see, we have a lot of Orccos down here, and this is the tier list that we are going to be using to rank them. So let me just go through the different tiers real quick. From the bottom up, we have Nightmare Fuel, D rank, C rank, B rank, A rank, S rank, double S rank, triple S rank, and then OG. Spoiler alert, the regular OG Orcco is the only Orcco that you will see in this tier. None of you down here would even exist without the OG. So he gets his own special tier all to himself. Also, I should probably explain how I'm ranking all of these Orccos. It's not really about the quality of the artwork per se, more so it's about the concept of the Orcco itself. Like how cool the concept is, how funny it is, how cursed it is. That is the primary factor that is going to affect where they land here. However, if the art style is really cool, I would consider that a bonus. So there might be certain entries where that does come into play, but it's not the primary factor going into ranking these Orccos. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into ranking the Orccos. Now, I wanted to start with this one. This is Maid Dress Orcco. And I wanted to start with this one because if my memory is correct, this is really the Orcco that kind of started this whole wave of just drawing Orcco fan art, whether it was just regular Orcco fan art or something completely cursed like this. And as much as I am tempted to put it down here in D, strictly because of how cursed and insane this idea is, I feel like this version of Orcco definitely deserves a lot of credit though. This predates the Orkoverse, so I even debated whether or not I wanted to include it here. But I feel like I would not be sitting here making this video right now if it wasn't for Destiny Edits taking time to draw Orcco in a maid dress outfit, which is insane for me to say. So as much as I don't want to, I feel like I need to put him up in triple S. Like, the cultural impact that maid dress Orcco has had on the Orkoverse in my channel. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the impact is significant, and I need to recognize that. Oh Lord, oh God, okay. So this was the next one that I wanted to pick, and this is kind of in the similar vein as Maid Dress Orcco. This is Bald Orcco. Again, I'm pretty sure this is the first version of Bald Orcco that I think was made. I remember the live stream where I saw this and my mind just broke.
Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? Poor guy's shivering and crying. Guys!
That live stream in general was a wild stream. That was like the first big wave of the Orkoverse, was that live stream. And this is where this version of Bald Orco came from. And again, it's like, as much as I want to put it down in like nightmare fuel, I feel like I still need to acknowledge the impact that Bald Orco has had on my channel. There have been so many different Bald Orcos that have been made, so much so that it even prompted me to make up my own version of Bald Orco. I never thought that I would ever do that to my poor Sonic OC, but that just shows the impact and the relevance that Bald Orco has on the Orkoverse. So as much as I don't want to do it again, I feel like I gotta go triple S. I feel like I do. This doesn't mean that this is gonna be canon though. All right, moving on to a slightly less cursed Orco. We have Pixel Orco. Now, I really like this pixel art style. This is definitely one of these entries where I think the art style is definitely gonna be a bonus, because this is, to my knowledge, the only pixel Orco that exists, and I think it's kind of cool. It's almost like imagining what Orco would look like in like the classic era of Sonic, even though the pixel graphics here kind of are more akin to maybe something like Terraria in this case, or Stardew Valley. I kind of just like the overall aesthetic of like a pixel Orco. There was actually another pixel Orco art piece that I actually redrew to not be pixel version because I don't know how to do pixel art, so I just thought it would be fun to redraw. I think this is really cool, and I don't know if Pixel Orco has the same impact as Bald Orco or Matress Orco, so I might have to put Pixel Orco in double S. I might move them up. I'm not sure yet, but I think for now double S is a good place. And that's still a really good compliment. Like that's better than S rank. That's double S. Any Orcos that get into like this upper echelon right here, like that's like a big compliment. There's no question about this. This is going in nightmare fuel. All right, next we got Stickman Orco. This is definitely a very interesting Orco. So I think we are going to put Stickman Orco. I mean, the art style is kind of cute, so maybe we'll go, I'm feeling B. We'll go B. It's like a very standard alternate Orco. Next, we got Spider Orco, and I think because we have Spider Orco and we're basically doing a tier list that is a parody of the Spider-Verse, I feel like I am compelled to put Spider Orco up in S rank, just because, you know, Spider-Verse, Orkoverse, you know, they're one and the same, except one is for a purple echidna Sonic OC and the other is for Peter Parker, Spider-Man, one of the most iconic superheroes of all time. I do also think Spider Orco looks really cool. So I think because he looks really cool and because we're doing a Spider-Verse parody, I feel like it's just fitting to put him in S. And it's also like S for Spider-Man. So there's that too. Sheesh! We got dripped out Orco next. Look at the drip. The drip is peak. The drip is immaculate. My boy is absolutely iced out here. I think this would have been so much better if you gave him Tim's, because as I'm recording this, the Sonic Timberland collab just dropped like a couple days ago. So I feel like that would have been so much more fitting, but the drip regardless is immaculate. I'm going to go with A tier. Amy Rose Orco, or basically just Orco wearing an Amy Rose outfit. I don't know how I feel about the Amy Rose outfit on Orco. It is definitely making me feel very indifferent. So I think I am going to go with C. Okay, so this Orco right here was really cool. This was a redesign of Orco, and I really like how it incorporates and leans into his geokinetic abilities and his abilities to manipulate rock, and you know, he's basically an earthbender. I like how this design really leans into that, and overall the aesthetic is just really cool. This one, ooh, I'm tempted. Ooh, this is tough. This one might be another one that moves. I think for now though, we're gonna go double S with Pixel Orco. This one I genuinely forgot what this was called. What was this? I forgot which one this was. What was this one called? I'm pretty sure it was like potato something. Potato pipe Orco? Potato mine Orco. What is a potato mine? I don't even know what a potato mine is. No, not potato Minecraft, potato mine. Oh, it's from Plant vs. Zombies. You know what this face kind of reminds me of? And this is gonna date me like really hard right now. It looks like, it reminds me of Face from not from Blue's Clues, from like Nick Jr. Any of y'all that are around my age, do y'all remember Face from Nick Jr.? Oh my god, oh, so many good memories are flooding me now. Oh, I know this isn't what this is supposed to be, but I think because that just filled me with like so much joy and nostalgia, we're gonna go, I don't know about S rank. We'll go, oh, no, actually, you know what, never mind. I can't be blindsided by nostalgia. I think this goes in B. I think this is a solid B Orco right here. All right, so next we got Clone Orco, and I'm assuming he is called Clone Orco because it's meant to be like one of those like many FNAF clone games that you would always see. So I think this is basically supposed to be like if Orco was like the mascot of a restaurant and he was like the killer animatronic. This is probably another B rank, I would say. So we're gonna put this in B. Next up, we got Cookie Run Kingdom Orco. I believe that's what this is. Again, this is another game that I've never really played that much. It wasn't really a game that interested me, so I don't really know much about Cookie Run Kingdom, or CRK, I believe is how it is abbreviated. The art style is really cool though, I will say. I really like how bubbly it is. I think like just the entire like aesthetic of like the Cookie Run art, you know, it's like a nice little like bubbly sort of art style. I don't know what other word to use to describe it other than bubbly, even though it's cookies, not bubbles. I think for this one, I don't know, this one might be another B tier. B tier is starting to become like a popular tier here. I think maybe because I don't really know much about CRK, I don't really feel like putting it up in A, but I could move it up. I don't know. I think for now, B is a good place. So next we got Deltarune Night Orco. Again, another game that I have not played. I'm starting to realize how out of touch with video games and pop culture that I am starting to be, and I feel like I need to fix that very soon. So maybe after this video, I'm going to play Deltarune. This is a really cool form though. He looks really cool. It's kind of like a cross between like Infinite and Darkspine Sonic, but it's like Orco form. So I think this one is definitely one that I feel confident about putting up in A tier. That is definitely an A tier Orco, in my opinion. Next up, we have, I believe this is like gender bent Orco, like female Orco, one of the many female Orcos that I think I've gotten by this point. The design of this one was really cool though. I remember this was one that I sketched in my Orkoverse live stream that I did last year. Or was that this year? I can't remember if it was like early this year or like late last year. But this is one of the ones that I remember drawing, and I feel like this is pretty accurate to what a gender bent Orco would look like. So I think this is going to be another A tier Orco. Oh my god, what was this one called again? Wasn't it like Dude Orco or something like that? Oh man, Dude Orco. We're gonna call him Dude Orco because that just rolls off the tongue better. Oh man, he is such a vibe. It's basically Doodle Bob, but with Orco. I think I remember seeing this one in one of my streams, and I remember it giving me a good laugh. So I think we'll put Dude Orco torn between B and A. This is becoming like the popular section here. You know, just to balance it out, we'll go A. So now it's like tied between A and B right now. This is like school Orco, schoolgirl Orco. or something. So this is Orko-chan as class president. I don't know about class president. He kind of looks more, or I guess maybe, is this she in this case? Is this gender bent? She kind of looks more like the principal rather than a student. So I don't know about that, but don't really know much else about this one, so I think this one is gonna be a C tier one. Oh, it's so good. This was a funny one. There's no question, this is definitely an S tier Orco right here. This is one that I thought was interesting. This is Swedish Imperial Army Orco. I don't know much about the Swedish Imperial Army. I want to know what happened to his eye to have it be like all bandaged up like that. Bro fought a hard battle in whatever war this was. I remember this is like another like, not like OG, but like one of the original like alternate versions of Orco that I remember seeing. So we'll put Swedish Orco, we'll put him in A tier. Oh my god. Okay, I think this is Kawaii Orco. This is very cursed. This might be more cursed than maid dress Orco. This one, I think we need to put this one in C for cursed. So next up we have Emo Orco. So I have two different Emo Orcos for this video. And this is one of the few Orcos where I've actually taken the time to redraw them myself. And I've actually made a couple different shorts with Emo Orco. I think it's had a big like relevancy in the Orkoverse, which I probably should have mentioned that was another thing I was ranking all these Orcos on. It's basically like how much of an impact they've had on like videos and like channel content. And I think Emo Orco is definitely one of those Orcos. Plus, I think I'm starting to slowly creep back into like my middle high school sort of emo phase. I mean, I attempted painting my nails black for the first time last night, so I think I am starting to slip down an emo rabbit hole. So for that, we might honestly, I think for Emo Orco, we're gonna go double S. We're gonna go double S for Emo Orco. So this is Christobian Orco, and if I remember correctly, this was an AU concept, and it involves Shard the Metal Sonic and Dr. Eggman to an extent, if I remember correctly. What if Shard the Metal Sonic's power gem that held its programming and consciousness originated in the made-up kingdom of Christopia, and was going to be a citizen until it was stolen by Eggman and uses its shard? Which could explain why Shard's programming survived in the gem after Shard's sacrifice, and Shard became a hero in a new body and life. Like, imagine a Christobian found Shard's damaged power gem and brought it to Christopia for it to get fixed. So this is basically Orco in that universe, and I'm assuming this crystal he's holding up is that crystal that's referenced in the story. I think it's really cool that you took the time to imagine Orco's role in an AU. Not only that, but his outfit does look kind of cool in this. So I'm gonna put Christobian Orco in. Ooh, which one should I go with? We'll do another B. I feel like it belongs in the same tier as these Orcos right here. All right, this derpy little fellow right here, I believe is Orky, who I've actually just redrawn again in a recent Fusion Mayhem stream. He is the embodiment of no thoughts, head empty. He's just a little duder. He's just a little guy. He's just vibing, and you know what? I respect that. We'll put Orky in S tier. Oh, I remember this little guy. This is Oxo. He's like a Sonic EXE Orco, but this is like him in like his cute form. So like, look at him. He's so cute. Look at him. He's just waving. He's saying hello. Y'all better say hi back. I've seen a lot of different Oxo art, and he always just looks so adorable in every single one. I'm very compelled to put Oxo up in triple S, but I also am aware of his other form, which, if you have seen it, is definitely nightmare fuel. So I think because of the nightmare fuel aspect, we might just have to go double S for this one. Next up, we have Orcco as Orcco. So for those of you who don't know, there's a character in He-Man Masters of the Universe, and that character is Orcco the Great. He's like a wizard. I was never really into He-Man when I was younger, and actually when I was first designing Orcco, I didn't know that this character existed. So I thought it was funny when I forgot what day I found out that this Orcco existed, but like I was like probably Googling like a art reference or something, and I saw that there was a character in He-Man called Orcco, which I did not know about. And I actually did a sketch a while back of Orcco wearing Orcco the Great's outfit. So I think it's a clever concept, you know, matching Orcco with, well, Orcco. So I think for that, we are going to put Orcco in A tier. Yeah, dude, we got Doomwing Orcco next. Let's go. I should really hop back on Shadow Generations. I beat the game, but I know there's like different stuff that I can do. Like there's like collectibles that I can still find in that game. So I might go back to it at some point. But this looks sick. Kind of makes me want to draw my own Doomwing Orcco art now. So we're gonna put Doomwing Orcco in S tier. Ooh, yeah, this is another sick one. So this is Orcco. This is a Sonic Prime version of Orcco, and this is basically like Orco's like jungle variation. I definitely get the Sonic Prime jungle vibes from this one. I think you really nailed the jungle aesthetic that the, you know, jungle dimension has. So this is one where I think we might go double S for this one. I'm feeling good about double S. His be running around for rocks likely. 10 out of 10 caption too. All right, next up we got Sonic Underground Orcco. So this is basically like if Orcco was in place of Knuckles in the Sonic Underground universe. You definitely nailed the Sonic Underground art style. And not gonna lie, I could definitely see this being like a character in Sonic Underground. Maybe not as like the Knuckles role, but like if there's just like a background character in Sonic Underground, like, I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like he could fit seamlessly. I may be biased because it's my character, but I think we'll put Sonic Underground Orcco in... We'll go A tier. So this is another redesign of Orcco, and this is another one that I remember drawing in my Orkoverse live stream that I did. I thought it was interesting how instead of going for like the more like geokinetic approach of this Orcco redesign, we see a version of Orcco that kind of reminds me of like the School of Life from Wizard 101. It still has like the earth vibe, but it's less about like the rocks and the dirt and more about like the plant life and just like nature. It's a very interesting vibe. I would imagine that this version of Orcco is definitely more mellow compared to like my Orcco. And the design also looks really cool. And I also like the art style. So this is another art style bonus Orcco. So this is going to be, I'm torn between S and double S. I think for now, we're gonna go double S. I might move them, but I think double S is pretty fair. So this dapper gentleman right here is Fancy Orcco. I really like the orange blazer. I like how in the top hat, you made like the band match his like headband that he wears. I thought that was really clever. And I also really like his cane. I think it looks really cool. So Fancy Orcco, you dapper fellow, you are going to go in S tier. Oh, great heavens. So this is from my good friend Mario Kart Gamer Dude. This is basically Orcco mixed with Bob, which this is actually reminding me, I forgot to add in an Orcco here, which I think I'll do after I rank this one. I believe this Orcco was strictly made for all of the times that I have messed with the Fusion Mayhem animatic that I was supposed to be doing. So revenge is definitely a dish best served cold. But Ed, if you are watching this, I love you. You are a great friend. Please stick to voice acting. You know what? Just because we haven't had a D rank yet, this is going in D rank. All right, so while we're on the topic of Bob, this is Bob Orcco. And this is a fusion of Orcco and a purple smiley face that goes by the name of Bob. And again, to all the newbies in my channel, this may seem very strange, but this is another Orcco that I think has had a pretty big impact on the channel. It may not be Bob Orcco, but Bob always finds a way into my Fusion Mayhem live streams. So because of that, I think Bob Orcco deserves to go up in triple S. Again, kind of like Orky, Bob's just vibing. Like he's always happy, he's always smiling. No thoughts, head empty. I aspire to live my life like Bob Orcco. So this next Orcco is another concept that I've gotten multiple versions of from different people, and that is movie Orcco. Jeff Fowler, if you're watching this, if there is any more mention of Sonic's world in Sonic Movie 4 and you need some background Mobians to add into the movie, maybe another member of Knuckles' Echidna tribe, hit your boy up. Let's talk business. I might have a good character for you. And all three of these movie Orccos that I have here came out really awesome, and I think I would put movie Orcco in the S tier category, and hopefully putting them in S tier category will manifest them making a cameo appearance in Sonic Movie 4. If not, in Sonic Movie 5 or any other sequel that they do. Imagine if Orcco had a low taper fade. Low taper fade Orcco. Orcco, I gotta be honest with you, the low taper fade haircut just does not fit your face shape very well. Neither does the bald haircut for that matter, but definitely not the low taper fade either. I really think you should just stick with the hair that you have right now. I think because of that, and because the D rank section is very shallow right now, we're gonna go D rank. Aw, we got Chow Orcco next. Look at him, he's so cute. Fun fact, if you didn't already know, Orcco does have a pet Chow that I designed. His name is Crag. I made a short a while back featuring him, and I actually referenced him, not by name, but called him by his nickname, Mr. Puff Puff, in the latest Sonic OC animatic that I did. But honestly, Orcco Chow looks pretty cute too, so I would put Orcco Chow probably in A rank. Oh my god. Dwayne The Rock Orcco. Dwayne The Rock Johnson Orcco. You are extremely cursed looking. Your medallion is very lopsided, but at the same time, you're so meme worthy. And you looked slightly less creepy than Megamind Orcco. So we're gonna put no, I can't put it up. No, we gotta but the meme potential though, oh, this is a tough one. This could go like in any of these tiers. I think since we can't really decide the range, we're gonna put it right in the middle at A tier, but you might be subject to move. This Orcco I don't really know much about. I think I named it Cinderella Orcco when I saved it to my computer just because the dress kind of reminded me of Cinderella. Again, this is another draw Orcco in a dress variation of Orcco. So I'm feeling C tier. Yes. My hair always grows back. So we got Springtrap Orcco here, and he is definitely looking very Springtrappy, very menacing looking, but not quite nightmare fuel. You know, it's like the perfect balance of like very evil and sinister looking, but not so much that I have nightmares about it. And I think he did capture the essence of Springtrap slash Spring Bonnie slash William Afton very well. We're gonna go with we'll go with a solid S for Springtrap ranking. Oh no, this right here is sick. This is Metal Orcco. This came out so cool. I remember seeing this and I was like, this is definitely one that I need to draw. Like, I need to practice drawing metals and mech Sonic characters like really badly, and I feel like redrawing this could be really great practice. Oh my god, I forgot he was squeezing Bob Orcco in this. totally forgot about that. Oh my god. I was so fixated on how cool the design looked, I totally forgot that he was squeezing, choking out Bob Orco. I genuinely do think that if I took the time to design what a metal Orco might have looked like, I feel like it might have looked like this. Like, this is pretty close to what it would have looked like. This is, without a doubt, a double S tier.
Oh my.
Go back to the depths of hell where you belong. Next, we have probably one of my favorite Orcos, just because of how just so stupid it is, but it's so good stupid that it just makes me laugh every single time. I am, of course, talking about Rock Orco. I don't know why this Orco always makes me just lose it. I don't know how to describe it. I just see him go, Rock, and I just die of laughter. Oh my god, okay. I think solely because of how much joy this version of Orco brings me, it's another double S tier. I can't lie. It's so good. This one looks so cool. This is New Yoke Orco. This is an absolutely fire design right here. I love this. Orc X the Echidna, I think that's how that's pronounced, living peacefully in a small village of echidnas until one day the Chaos Council reformatted and paved through every inch of natural land until everything was industrial. Koro, Orc X's father, nice little reference to Chief Karo, his actual father, rushed against the council's forces but was hastily roboticized after. Now Orc X fights to reclaim what the Chaos Council stole from everyone, joining the resistance to ensure that. I so want to see this animated now. This seems like it would be so cool. I will say one thing that I thought was kind of funny. His dreads kind of look like carrots. Or yams. Like, they kind of have like that same shape and like those same like wrinkles on them. And now I can't unsee it. But I'm not gonna let that cloud how insanely peaked this design is. This is without a doubt a triple S. This may be a newer Orco and it may not have like the impact of these ones, but the design is just so peak it needs to be a triple S. This is Orco as a fish. I don't know what kind of fish this is, but I was genuinely not expecting to ever see Orco as a fish. And to my knowledge, this is the only time that Orco has been drawn as a fish. Again, he's just kind of vibing. You know, fish are just such a vibe. Their brains are so small. They're probably some of the dumbest creatures on Earth. Yet they just swim around and just look for food and eat. They're just vibing. And I respect that. So, Fish Orco, you are going to get the A tier. All right, so this is another one where we got a couple different versions. This is Human Orco, so basically just what Orco would look like as a human. And both of these came out really cool. This one in particular, I saw it and it kind of reminded me of like Avatar. Funnily enough, it reminded me of Prince Zuko first, but then my mind kind of transitioned to just like generic member of the Earthbender Kingdom. But I gotta say, the pants go insanely hard. The design, the drip is immaculate. And then the other Human Orco, I really like this art style too. And I kind of like the way that his hair looks in this version of Human Orco. So I think for both Human Orcos, these are some solid S tier Orcos, I would say. So we are going to put Human Orco in S tier. Now we have anatomically correct Orco. This is Orco as an echidna puggle. Yes, that is what a baby echidna is called. Again, he's vibing. He's so cute. Little echidna puggles are so cute. I love how they're so tiny that they can just like sit in the palm of like a person's hand. Like, this is adorable. It is a bit uncanny though, because it is looking at my Sonic OC as a real life animal, which not quite sure how I feel about that, but echidna puggles really are cute. So I think I'm going to put anatomically correct Orco We'll go B tier. Also, looking down at this row, I totally just realized I accidentally uploaded 2 of the movie Orcos twice. So we're gonna have to skip over those ones. I don't know how to delete images after you upload them into the tier list. So we're just gonna leave them down here and we'll just go through the rest of the Orcos. So next up we have Elsa Orco. And again, we have Orco in a dress, which seems to be a very popular theme in the Orkoverse to go off of. I do like his dress though. I feel like it's very weirdly fitting for him. And the ice powers also look really cool. This is definitely a very solid looking alternate reality Orco, which I think I will put up in S tier. Next we have Rewrite Orco. Now I still don't fully understand the whole Rewrite universe. I remember I reacted to a Rewrite video on stream and I don't understand. Is it like Friday Night Funkin' meets Sonic EXE? Like I don't understand. Someone needs to like explain it to me in the comments. But I will say the Rewrite art style is pretty cool. It's like this really cool like Sonic meets Tim Burton sort of art style, like with the lanky limbs and like the sort of exaggerated, kind of like uncanny, but like in a good way, facial expressions. And as far as I know, this is pretty much what Rewrite Knuckles looks like, kind of, except the hair is a little bit different, and obviously we have Orco wearing a headband. This is definitely one where the art style comes into play, and I really do like this art style. I think it's really cool. So I think I'm actually going to put Rewrite Orco up in double S, despite me not knowing much about Rewrite lore. Just because, again, the art style looks really cool. All right, next we have Camp Dramatic Orco. So Camp Dramatic is a series on TikTok that's kind of like Total Drama Island, but with Sonic OCs. And my Sonic OCs have made a couple cameo appearances, which shout out to you for including them. I appreciate you. So this is basically what Orco would look like if he was actually like a contestant on Camp Dramatic. I would say that's probably what he would look like. I don't know about the outfit per se, but pretty on par with what I think he would look like if he was in the show. I think we are going to put Camp Dramatic Orco in A tier, just because I've seen a lot of different Camp Dramatic versions of Orco. So I think, actually, yeah, you know what? We'll go S. This is like another one where it's like, I see a lot of it, and I think it's really cool to see him always appear in like little Camp Dramatic related shorts. So we'll go S tier. My little Orco, my little Orco. Oh Lord. So we have MLP Orco. I'm sure a lot of you know by now, but I've said multiple times that I've been watching Friendship is Magic, and again, I never thought I would ever be a My Little Pony fan, but the show is just good. Y'all check out Friendship is Magic if you haven't checked it out yet. It's not as like girly little girlish as you may think it is. Like after watching it, I do see why it has attracted an audience of like teenage boys and grown men, because there's just some jokes and like just some bits in the show where it's like, it's funny. Like it really is funny. I don't know how I feel about seeing Orco as a pony though. This is definitely very cursed, but the art style is cool, so you definitely get bonus points. So I am going to put MLP Orco in S tier. Starting to kind of get a little crowded. I think we'll go A tier for Pony Orco. I think this right here is actually another maid dress Orco, which I forgot to rank when I put maid dress Orco up here. I know this isn't the OG maid dress Orco, but because it's the same concept, we're just gonna group it with this one in triple S. Next we have Brawly Orco. Now, confession time, I'm not really a Dragon Ball Z fan. I could just never really get into it when I was younger, and I haven't really had much desire to get into it now. So I don't really know much about Brawly or what he does in the show, but I will say, this art style, again, is very peak. I really like the design. I like how he's like green. Actually, let me Google Brawly real quick. Oh, wow. Not gonna lie, his little medallion here kind of looks like Orco's medallion. That's actually pretty fitting. But he is green, so that does explain why this is green right here. So that makes sense. But yeah, no, this design is like really cool. I like this like power that he's using with like his hands. It's kind of trippy looking. I don't know if this is something that Brawly can do in Dragon Ball Z. I'm assuming it is, which is why you drew it. But the Dragon Ball drip honestly is pretty fitting for Orco. So I'm pretty confident putting Brawly Orco up in double S tier right here. And then last but not least, we have another OG Orkoverse member here. Do you know the way? This is Ugandan Orco. Dude, that meme is so old. That was from like 2018. Dude, remember when like Ugandan Knuckles just like took over YouTube? Like Ugandan Knuckles had such a chokehold on YouTube around that time. And that's just crazy to me. This is when like I was first starting college. That feels like an eternity ago. God, I'm so old. But this is another iconic Orco that I think I've seen redrawn a couple different. I actually remember I drew Ugandan Orco in my Orkoverse stream. So we're gonna put Ugandan Orco in. We'll go triple S because he's had a pretty big impact. And here we go. This is the Orkoverse ranked in a tier list. So I'm just gonna kind of look through it real quick and see if there's any changes that I would make here. Like if I want to move any of them up or down. You know what, I kind of feel bad because this was drawn by Mono EX, who, go subscribe to her if you haven't. She is an insanely talented Sonic artist. I feel kind of bad because she ranked my Sonic OC Circara in S tier, so I feel like I need to return the favor and put MLP Orco up in S tier. Plus, I just watched the Best Gift Ever special last night, so I still have MLP fresh on my mind. So I think we'll move Pony Orco up to S tier. And then other than that, I think this is a pretty solid ranking here. So there we go. This is it. I think this is going to be the final Orco tier list right here. So what do you guys think? Did I do a good job ranking Orcos here? You guys can let me know where you would rank some of these Orcos down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much again for 6,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. This was actually really fun. If I get more additions to the Orkoverse, I might do like a part 2 of the Orkoverse tier list, so be on the lookout for that if that ends up happening. But if there's any other tier lists you guys want to see me do, let me know down in the comments, and I might do a couple of them in the future. And since you guys are here, why don't you go watch one of my other videos right there, and please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any future videos or live streams. And that's about it. See ya.